Ola and all things auto. So let's bring in Abhishek Gausunde, who's the Deputy Vice President Research at Sharekhan by BNP Paribas, joining in now to discuss this very space itself. Abhishek, first your call on Ola. Do you think after a big correction and the clarifications that have come in with the new launches, etc., does it warrant a fresh look, or you would stay away until the risks subside?
On Ola side, that we don't have an official coverage, so I will not go for any kind of a recommendation. But I would like to highlight here is that even though it has been got listed, it's still an startup, and it will take its own time to get the matured one. So broadly, what is happening that as parallel and similar to the any kind of a startup, it has to set up itself in the market, and in light of that, we will definitely see much of a action from the Ola side. It has recently launched this new set of scooters, which will be, I think, available for the market in the next year. But similar kind of activity would be seen from across the players. I think Honda is also unveiled its new e-Activa today, and similar kind of activity would be seen from the legacy players also. What is happening in the especially in the electric scooter segment, that it has reached some kind of an inflection point where from the now it has to enter it into the second phase of the product. First thing, that it has created adequate kind of awareness. Now the players have to launch products at a particular at number of price points, keeping in mind that India is a large market, and the demand varies from the market to market. So in that case, we are expecting that the multiple products would come from the from large number of players at different price points. So that is the thing on the overall electric two-wheeler segment.
Right. Abhishek, that leaves the consumer spoiled for choice, right? With so many launches coming in. Mahindra launched one, Ola launched one, now Honda has come out with its own. But what would be the biggest factor for this? Would pricing be a factor, or would durability be a bigger factor for a consumer in this case, because of the perception that is generated around Ola despite the price point that it has put in, which is possibly among the lowest in the industry? Do you think that it is positive for a company like Ola, or would that be a negative for the company and positive for the consumer?
So when competition increase and player wants to fill up the different loopholes in the overall demand scenario, then then the consumers have a option to choose whatever is best for him. So here in the case that I already said that as the FAME subsidy has been coming down, incentives are coming down, so the OEMs are developing products as per the demand of the market. So earlier we were seeing large number of products coming price point above rupees 1 lakh. But now what is happening and what is going to happen, that we will see multiple launches from many OEMs when they will launch especially electrical scooters below rupees 1 lakh. And somehow that what you mentioned about the Ola, so we can see that it is a beginning of a launch of a more affordable products in the electric two-wheeler segment, and that trend will continue from here.
Let's expand from two-wheelers to four-wheelers. Yesterday, there was the launch that came in from Mahindra's as well. Not sure whether you witnessed it or not. So the pricing close to around 19 to 21 lakhs for both the products that came by. This is ex-showroom. What do you think of M&M's new launches, and would that warrant a bet on the stock, which has already seen a big run-up?
So it has been on an expected line, that the management has already indicated by early 2025 it would be start selling this electric EVs. But what is important in this particular launch is that with this new EVs, it has also launched this Inglo platform. So we will see multiple products from this platform. So Mahindra has already planned for a seven BEVs launches till 2030. So these two are the initial launches, and the price point at which they have launched are quite competitive, because even 20 lakh price points, even the IC SUVs are most popular. So it is not the giving a competition to the EVs. Also, it may gain some kind of a market share with the existing ICs. So some kind of a cannibalization may happen in its portfolio. Now on the call side, that we have been positive on the Mahindra and Mahindra, and basically on the 3 points that although the PV segment has not been doing well, but we expect that M&M would continue to outperform it. Second is that its tractor, the outlook for the tractor segment has been improving, and third is that in M&M and this its EV program has been on track. It has been launching this BEVs, and on that we can hope that there it may happen that at some point of a time some kind of a value unlocking may also happen in this subsidiary under which MAE, the subsidiary under which it is launching this kind of a product. So we are on that basis we are optimistic on the stock price performance.
But Abhishek, launches are happening 19 to the dozen right now, but are they reaching the doorstep of the consumer? Because the Vahan data seems to suggest otherwise. You can see the November registrations as of now, M&M's registrations are down almost 8% over a month-on-month basis. Even Maruti's numbers on a month-on-month basis have halved for the month of November. Do you think that these launches also may not be able to stem this tide? Is this the broader trend that you're witnessing on ground right now when it comes to four-wheelers or even two-wheelers for that matter?
I think that these two things are particularly disconnected. Whatever the OEMs are doing, they are just unveiling the products which would be available for sale by 2025. So for on your second question on the November numbers, so definitely the retail numbers in November would be lower on the YY as well as on the month-on-month basis because of the change in the festive season. So last year Diwali was in the mid of the November, and in this year it was in the first week of November. So obviously the retail sales or the base for the retail sales would be higher for last November, and that's why on a YY basis we are seeing a decline. Even similar the cases for the month on month. In October we have a Diwali Dussehra sales, both has happened on the this October only. So definitely the retail sales would be weak and on that basis OEMs would adjust or correct their wholesale dispatches in the month of the November. So post festive season, November and December are considered to be a lean month for auto retail sales. We are expecting that some kind of a boost would come from January onwards when we see the benefit of the rural recovery, increase in this capex from the government side, and some kind of a positive factor from the Chaitra Navratri that would happen, that would fall in the March and April. So quarter 4 is expected to be better than quarter 3, but quarter 3 is expected to be somehow on the similar lines of quarter 2 only.
Final question, 2 or 3 words max. Which are your top buys and which are your top sells?
So we have in pecking order side, we can see that Hero MotoCorp and Mahindra are in our top pick side. We are quite cautious on this Bajaj Auto side. And in Bajaj Auto, we have a hold rating. And in the PV space, we are favoring more of this Mahindra and Mahindra compared to Maruti currently.
All right, Abhishek, thanks a lot for joining in and taking us through your views on the auto sector and the slew of new launches that we have witnessed. Time for a short break. We get you more on the markets and specific stocks on the other side. Stay tuned.